Hi team, welcome to the end of another week. You made it. Let's go see what's happened around the place today. We are starting off in the hut this week, just taking a break after cutting some grass and doing some yard work. Let's go see what's changed. One update is the growth on this hanging plant. It started to come back to life a little bit. We're gonna keep it going and see how it does. Let's go see what's going on in the garden. Oh, things are looking quite different. After a couple weeks of these tomatoes being super overgrown and falling all over each other, laying on the ground, we cleaned them up and staked them to some bamboo. This should hopefully allow us for some more airflow, keep everything off the ground, and let the plants focus their energy on where they should be focusing it, which is hopefully tomatoes. And here you can see the carnage from the rain that we've had and the work that we had to do with these plants. Unfortunately, we lost a couple of tomatoes, but that's okay, because as you can see, we might have lots of options. Let's look at what else is growing on. We're gonna start over here on the right. Lots and lots of carrots are coming up, and look at these turnips. We thinned these out last week and they are going. Hopefully we'll get some turnips, and they just might be the first things that we've planted that we get to harvest on this property. And just beside those turnips, we have beets coming along. And just beside those, the rainbow chard. And a view from within the garden this week that looks very different. The hostas are doing lovely as well. I wanted to take a quick look at this bed back here. Haven't talked about it yet. This bed back here has been here since we've moved in. It was filled with junk, to be honest, and is unusable as a garden bed for a variety of reasons, partially because of this big old tree that's gonna cover it and not let any sun come in. So right now we're using it as a place to drop mostly our tomatoes in nightshade after we prune them, so that they have a place to dry out, and we'll use that as mulch and compost in the future. The bed itself has a lot of pretty decent wood on it. Some of it's not so decent, but a lot of it's pretty good. So what we'll likely do when we get to it is we'll disassemble the bed, take the soil out of it, probably use that to fill up some other raised beds that we'll get. We'll take all the wood and whatever else is out of it and reuse it, and if we can manage to do anything with it, maybe we'll be able to make a raised bed out of the lumber that's here. Let's go take a look at that center garden. The sunflowers have really progressed this week. They are both fully opened up. They have been turning their faces a little bit more towards the sun, and as you can see, the center, I don't know what it's doing, or rather I don't know the terminology for what it's doing, but it looks like it's getting ready to make some seeds, so that's pretty fun too. Just to the left of this center garden that we have in the back with the sunflowers is some new developments in terms of our mulch and just our future plans for gardening. Here we can see, if I back up a little bit, that we have now twined out the approximate perimeter of what we'll be using for a largely wood chip based start of a food forest next year. Oh, bro, can I catch it? Yeah. Here we have what I think is a female growbeak hanging out in some of our spotted touch-me-nots. Over at the gazebo thinger, there's a couple new things that I wanted to point out. One, we have a squirrel just sitting on the chicken. They do this all the time. I'm gonna try not to scare it too much, but I wanted to look at this chicken and show you what has become of it. See you, bud. This poor chicken has just been slightly mangled by the furry creatures that come to visit it on the regular. As you can see, it has one wing and only one wing. Not really sure what happens with this thing, but a hypothesis is that creatures come up in here, they burrow their heads in here trying to get seeds, and then they push the wing out and they end up breaking it. So that's a bummer. Another new addition that we're playing around with is this large terracotta pot bottom, and we have that filled with water to serve as a bird bath. I've seen a few birds drinking out of it so far, but nothing too much. Hopefully they love it in the future. One other thing that we have done this week is we actually took a video, a time lapse of our backyard from our kitchen, so that we could see how the sun progresses across the yard through the day. See where we get more shade, where we get more direct sun, and which places are full sun for the most part of the day. This is a gray squirrel that I have affectionately dubbed as Bertie. She occasionally stares at me with far too much intelligence for a squirrel, as though she is judging me and contemplating on whether or not I am a good neighbor to have. Considering the amount of food that she gets out of these feeders, I'd like to think I'm a good neighbor. Below the chestnut tree, the chipmunks have been digging little burrows and nests on either side of it. We see this all over the place in our mulch. I'm sure they're burying all sorts of fun stuff that we'll get to discover that they've buried in future years. So, I'm looking at these fancy dandelion thingers. They're really spiky. Let's not touch those. One other quick little thing is that in preparation for growing our own berries, growing hopefully a lot of strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, we've been learning how to make homemade jam. And so we have several jars of blackberry, raspberry, and strawberry jam that we need to start to work our way through. And this is probably the start of what will be a massive canning pantry. Can't wait to take you along on that journey too. Alright friends, that's everything for this week. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.